Mr. Christopher. This is my world, and this is the Art Connoisseur Special. The art of nature, the beauty of nature. You know, if you look closely, you can truly see what a lot of these painters have seen. It's beautiful. This is true inspiration. True inspiration. I mean, is that a Monet? Is that a green screen? Is that a Monet, or is that real nature? I'll show you. Real as can be. Because we're out here in nature this week, folks. This is the Art Connoisseur Special. And we're doing the nature of art. The art of nature. The beauty of the world around us. Today's a rainy day, so we're going to get around and we're going to look at some rainy pieces. Just literally, I'm going to go and I'm going to look around. I'm going to find some just beautiful, still pieces of nature. And I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to probably name it something. As if it was a painting. Because remember, folks, a lot of these paintings we look at, the inspiration was simply right around us. The beauty of the nature, of the art around us. You know, so we're going to look at some trees. We're going to look at some roots. We're going to look at the sky. We're going to look, you know, because never forget to look up. Never forget, folks. Look up, look down, look all around. But yeah, it's going to be a good one, folks. Like I said, today's a rainy day. I'm going to get out on a sunny day. And maybe I'll get out on a snowy day. No, I doubt it, because the snow's gone. But, you know, I'm going to show you the art, as I've been doing all along. But this time, we're getting out in nature, because that's what we're doing this week. That's the nature special. The art of nature. The nature of art. Let's get out there, folks. That's all I got to say about it. Oh, you know what I got to say? I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the forest, and I just hit a mosquito on my leg. But if you're afraid of ticks and the Bill Gates terror tick attack, yeah, I'll say it again, the Bill Gates terror tick attack, I don't know if it's real or if it's fake. If it's real, I have no idea, because it could be an AI fake thing. It could be real. I don't know. It sounds demonic that a man who has millions and billions of dollars would be dropping boxes of ticks that make you allergic to meat from the sky. But it also could be very true, you know? There are people out here with severe daddy issues, and they want to take it out on the world. It's nobody's fault but the dads before us that were bad dads, and we got to be better dads, folks. If you're a dad out there, be the best dad you can be, because remember, Bill Gates is dropping ticks from the sky, and it may be because he has severe daddy issues. I don't know what to tell you, folks. But if you're afraid of that, my suggestion, and it's only a suggestion, I don't know, but I would eat habaneros, jalapenos, onions, and garlic. I don't think ticks like when people eat that stuff. I spend a lot of time in the forest. Knock on tree over here. There's a tree, I swear there's a tree. Knock on tree, I don't get many ticks. I don't get any ticks, really. Knock on tree again. But, I eat a lot of habaneros, garlic and onions. I'm like an ogre, folks. I'm like an ogre, yeah. And I have a lot of layers. But with that said, let's get to looking at art, folks. Let's get to looking at the world around us, folks. Let's do this. Come with me and you'll be in a forest very, very happy. You will see you can be so free and very, very happy. If you want to view paradise, go into a forest and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Well, not anything, because starting a forest fire and destroying all the forest would be wrong. Wouldn't it? It'd be wrong. Here on Mr. Christopher's world, we don't stand with grave robbing, nor do we stand with destroying the forests. But, you know, that's Mr. Christopher, and this is Mr. Christopher's world. And here on Mr. Christopher's world with Mr. Christopher, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Someone's got to do it. We're out here. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Well, not anything, because starting a forest fire and like stealing from people and killing people and hurting people and robbing and, you know, being a criminal isn't good. Doing drugs, hard drugs that have been proven to kill you, probably isn't good. You know? excessively drinking alcohol isn't good. But I mean, you have the freedom to do what you will. If you want to view paradise, simply come in the forest and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Well, not anything, because if you do certain things, it's going to lead to bad situations. I watched The Crash on Netflix. Did you see that? The documentary about the girl, Mackenzie, who killed those 2 boys? Who knows what those decisions were that led to that? She forgets. I don't think she deserved the jail time she got. I think she fell asleep at the wheel. But that's just me. I'm willing to live in a world where it was an accident and not a world where she's a sick, sadistic female who murdered 2 young boys because she was upset. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm wrong, it will come to light eventually anyway. Her life doesn't deserve to be destroyed in prison. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Want to change the world? You gotta make a show called Mr. Christopher's World and make people view it. Come with me and you'll be in a forest very, very happy. You will see, you will be very free and very happy. I call this one the path in. Yep, this one is the path in. Inward. The path inward. Ladies and gentlemen, the picnic table. Let's get it at another angle. The picnic table from another angle. I don't like it as much. Let's do something different. The picnic table. Something different. Nice. Nice. The beauty that is roots. The beauty of root art. No? Yes. Remember, there is art in all things. Beautiful. 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 Smile for the camera, trees. Never forget when you're in a forest to look up. Magnificent. If this was Jurassic Park, there'd be a raptor. Luckily, it's not Jurassic Park. Because Mr. Christopher does not want to be eaten by a raptor. No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Beautiful. The sun through the peaks of the trees. That's beautiful. I call this piece Glory. Glory, girl. Glory, glory, tree-la-loo-yah. Glory, glory, tree-la-loo-yah. Glory, glory, tree-la-loo-yah. The trees keep growing on. The sun has seen the glory of the coming of the trees. The sun has seen the glory of the coming of the trees. The sun has seen the glory of the coming of the trees, and the trees keep growing on. Glory, glory, tree-la-loo-yah. Glory, glory, tree-la-loo-yah. Alright, having fun out here. Lumber, the fallen tree. Long neck dinosaur. Right? You see it? You see the long neck? What's that dinosaur called? Triceratops? No. Is it? I don't know. I'm not dinosaur literate. I call this one Beaver's Gnaw. But see how beautiful this is? This could be a painting. It isn't. But it could be. Beaver's Gnaw. Beaver. when you can't stop getting with the same girl. Beaver loop, you know? Get it? How can you hate that? Let's zoom in here. Raindrops are falling on the pond, just like raindrops falling on anything else. They're falling on the pond and making ripples, making sounds and making bubbles. That's what they do. Raindrops are falling on the pond. Blah 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 blue blah blee blah 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 blue blah blee blah 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 blue blee. Raindrops are falling on the pond, they keep falling because it's raining. Yes, yes, that's true, it's raining. Look at that though. That's truly the beauty of nature. Nature is art. Beautiful. I'll shut up. Let's just for a moment, let's just. Alright, I'm done. This reminds me of a Monet. I see what Monet sees. You know what I'm saying? Can you see what Monet seen? Can you see what Monet seen? It's fine. It's fine. If you can't, it's okay. But if you look closely, you can see what Monet seen. I call this piece Norman Rockwall. Like Norman Rockwell the painter, except it's Norman Rockwall, right? Right. Look at that vastness. Vastness. Look at the mountain out on the horizon. Look at that mountain out in the horizon. That is beautiful. Look at that. What mountain is that? What is that? How close? Is that a giant? Is that a giant on that mountain? Is that several giants? Probably just cell phone towers killing all the birds. You know, I don't know if these are clouds or not. They look like clouds, some of them. And then other of them look like that aluminum shield cover thing that Bill Gates is trying to block the sun with. I don't know. So look at this, we'll call this piece aluminum shield cover thing that's trying to block the sun. I call this piece stumped. Look, we could just change it just like this, like that. Bam. Stumped with a view. I'm a bad mama jamma. I'm a big tree. Yeah. I'm a bad mama jamma. I'm a big tree. Folks, I implore you to get out there to your local forests and indulge in the viewing of the beauty of nature around us. I call this one the rest area. The swamp entrance, because it's the swamp entrance. It's the entrance to the swamp. The swamp entrance. Truly beautiful. Nature is art. Never forget. You know what song will forever be plastered in my head for whatever reason? I want a mom that will last forever. I want a mom that will make it all better. And that was like before my mom was dead too. Like that song, I would sing it to her and she'd be like, am I not good enough for you? And I'd be like, no, you're fine. I'm just It's just a really catchy tune. Rugrats in Paris killed that tune. That's absolute fire. Absolute fire. I want a mom that will last forever. Alright, that's it. I call this piece Swamp and Awe. You know, like shock and awe, but swamp and awe. Enjoy. Up in the pines. And out we head. Imagine if I get lost and this is the last footage of Mr. Christopher. If I get lost and this is the last footage of Mr. Christopher and someone finds this, wow, am I stupid? I've come here 1,000 times. And, yeah. Not rip to me, because I'm an idiot, and I deserve to be on Roasting the Dead with whoever took it over. Thanks for taking it over. The first host was an idiot who died in the forest filming a special for ART Connoisseur. And whoever took that over, I hope you're doing a wonderful job and enjoying the bountiful, culturally filled, wonderful, educational journey of ART Connoisseuring, my friend. Because let me tell you, a journey it is, and a pleasure it be. But if I die in the forest that I know, and this is the last footage of thee, again, wow, am I an idiot. Wow, am I stupid. Unless I got attacked by a bear or mauled, which I doubt. I'm talking too loudly now. I'm talking too loud. But that could be, maybe a bear hears this and like, what an ignorant idiot. I'm gonna go get him. But I doubt it. I think we're good. I think we're good. But, this being my possible last will and testament, everything I have goes to my children. That's it. That's it. Whoever took over the show, please roast the heck out of me for being an idiot. For being an absolute idiot. Dying in the forest that I know. Just go straight. How many turns you taking in the forest? How many turns you taking in the forest that you get that lost that you can't find your way back? You know what I'm saying? How many turns you taking in the forest? That's, to me, Mr. Christopher, it's Forest 101. You don't take that many turns. You don't take that many turns. You go straight for the most part. Alright? Alright, I'm getting out of here. Let's see if I can find my way out. Just remember always to look behind you when leaving the forest, because you never know who's following you. Nobody wants to follow Mr. Christopher. Literally. Nobody but these mosquitoes, apparently. But they're not biting me. They're just like flying around me. Which is kind of them. That's kind of them. Or it's like, is my blood tainted? Maybe they got a taste for vaccinated blood and they're like, his unvaccinated blood ain't shiz. We don't want that crap. Hit me with that vaccinated stuff. You know, maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a thing, folks. I don't know. Mr. Christopher doesn't know a dang thing. Alright, let me get out of the forest. I call this piece Tree Toucher. That's a good piece. Tree Toucher. It's a nice tree. Always remember, folks, touching trees is genuinely good for you. This is an interesting feeling tree. This is an old tree. It's a nice tree. Very nice. Oh, look at that. You can't hate that. Look at that. Beautiful. I call this the Twin Towers falling. Maybe just the Twin Towers. I call this 9/11. I call this 2 dicks, 1 son. Alright. Let's keep walking. Look at this swampy. Oh, look at the turtles. Look at the turtles. You know, folks, like I say, there is art everywhere. There is art everywhere, folks. You just gotta look for it. It's all around us. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Listen to the birds. Beautiful stuff, folks. Nature is a wonder. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Alright, let's see if I can get a nicer shot of these turtles. Imagine going on a trail and there's a sign that's like, unhealthy trail. Imagine that. Imagine. That would be funny. That would actually, I actually think that should actually happen because that would be funny. This trail might kill you. That's a thing though. These trails could very well kill you because, you know, you never know what can happen in the forest. I think that's a thing. I should get that shirt. You never know what can happen in the forest. But yeah, I got out safe and sound. Mr. Christopher's okay. Much to the delight of, you know, nobody. But that's okay. I'm safe now. I will get back to ART CONNOISSEUR and get back to ART CONNOISSEUR. I call this piece the Troll's Paradise. I call this piece Turtle, Turtle, because there's only 2 of them. I call this piece Mondo Rock and Birch. Right? That's good. Mondo Rock and Birch. Because that's a birch tree right here. And that's a Mondo Rock. Mondo Rock and Birch. Nice. Look at this, folks. Take it in. Get out there. Go into a forest. Listen to this bird up here. Look at it. You can see him. Let's see if I can. This guy. Oh, he's camera shy. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. But get out there, folks, and go and enjoy yourself some nature, because it's right here at your fingertips. And it's free for now, and who knows when they're going to make it not free. And you know, when that does happen, though, you're going to have me, Mr. Christopher, out here going into the forest and not paying a dime, because you can't charge for what the Lord has given thee. Right? Alright, let's keep walking. I call this piece The Path Less Taken. The ripple of the swamp. The movement of swamp water. Your Majesty. Look at this questionable bridge I'm standing on. Thing's made of plywood. Thing is made of tin foil. Beautiful. Look at that. The Valley of Trees. Isn't it majestic? The earth in all its glory. All her glory! Behold! With all that said and done, folks, I hope I captured enough art beauty for you from this beautiful earth that we live upon, this beautiful rock that we live upon in space. I enjoyed doing this. I love the trees. I love the wind. I love the sun. I love the grass. And I hope you do too. That's the end of Art Connoisseur with me, Mr. Christopher, the Art Connoisseur. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next week for the next Art Connoisseur, which we're going to get back to regular, folks. Remember, every 13th episode is the specials. This week for specials, we're done. That was Art Connoisseur, the nature special, the art of nature, the nature of art, the beauty of the world we live upon. I hope you enjoyed. Farewell. Never be afraid. Lead with love. And keep moving forward. Bye! Mr. Christopher, you crazy.